How you doing? How we doing, everybody? If anybody's watching, I know you're all watching the streams out there, it looks like. But anyway, I thought I should go over some news and things like that of the day. I got BCP pulled up on my third monitor over here. If things get crazy, we'll switch over to that. But I'm just going to see what's going on in the news here that I bookmarked a few things on. Let's check some of this stuff out here. Where's the button? There's the button. First thing here, Maryland Democrats just introduced the Icebreaker Act of 2026, a bill to ban an ICE agent hired during Trump's term from ever working as local or state law enforcement in Maryland. Their only goal, ruin the lives of careers of anyone who enforced the law under Trump. Exactly.
In Annapolis, the debate about cooling off ICE is heating up.
A crazy piece of legislation to even propose such a thing.
Democratic delegate Adrian Buafo of Prince George's County sponsoring the Icebreaker Act of 2026. The bill looks to prevent any ICE agent hired during President Trump's second term from ever being able to become law enforcement in the state of Maryland.
How sad can Maryland's legislature, how low can they go?
Harford County Sheriff Jeff Gaylor says the bill is not based on anything other than politics.
The Trump derangement syndrome would be the basis.
Gaylor says the agents are acting under orders, which has nothing to do with their political views.
They have a legitimate law enforcement mission to fulfill, and this delegate wants to punish them for taking an oath of office and doing the job they are constitutionally sworn to do.
Spokesperson for the National Police Association, Betsy Smith.
ICE has been around for 22 years.
Also calling the bill politically motivated.
I would wonder what this politician would think about an ICE agent who applied and got hired by ICE under Barack Obama.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Smith also pointing to the hiring process for local law enforcement agencies.
They don't just show up and do an interview and put on a new uniform.
Saying federal agents are treated like everyone else when it comes to becoming local law enforcement.
Every law enforcement agency has a testing process, and then that former agent would also have to then go through a local police academy to learn the laws of the state of Maryland, as well as the procedures and the ordinances of whatever jurisdiction they are being hired by.
Smith calling the Icebreaker Act misleading.
It sounds as though this politician wants people to believe that an ICE agent can just come into their town and tomorrow be a patrol officer in their town. It's simply ridiculous.
And one that could have a long-term effect on the public safety in the state of Maryland.
People in Maryland need to ponder the short-staffed nature of many of their law enforcement agencies.
Well said, well said. Anybody in the chat yet? Anybody in the chat yet? Prime Minister Mark Carney states he'll commit Canada to fight against the Americans for Greenland. Here's Canada's top general who was caught crying on national television over racism.
I apologize to every CAF member, veteran who experienced racism, discrimination, and harassment. And I acknowledge we failed you. I apologize.
A general in the Army.
You think he'd take your call?
I don't know. Well, you know, that this is a good idea, Don. Maybe I'll follow up on that.
Seriously, you should.
Maybe I will.
Would you reach out to Trump? You think he'd take your call?
I don't know. Well, you know, that this is a good idea, Don. Maybe I'll follow up on that.
Seriously, you should.
Maybe I will.
He answers everybody else's cell phone call.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's a good question. I mean, you wonder. I mean, he talked to Mom Donnie.
Would you reach out to Trump?
What a oh no, you just go. he's bad. He's bad. He's bad. I would not talk to somebody who's a fascist and all this other stuff. I'll give Don Lemon a little bit of props for asking that. Just a little bit.
It would be done by now if they just leave everybody alone. Let ICE do their job. If they're illegally detained and they're a resident, they're here supposed to be here, prove it. Then you get released. Like, I know it's an inconvenience. I would be pissed off too, but let them just do their job.
Exactly. Nobody here to enjoy a commercial anyway, is there? 5 people. I only do commercials if there's 10 people, so no commercial. This is in a church here. I'm not sure which church it was, but some church that evidently Don Lemon said that the preacher there was pro-ICE. So a bunch of leftists went in there and decided to mess things up there. Interesting, huh? During a church service, evidently. I wonder if Don Lemon's going to do an apology for this church.
This is the house of God, and we are worshiping.
Reprehensible. Reprehensible. I think there was other camera angles I got down there. Let's go to Portland here. Conspirator talking to Geyer Digital. I'm not sure what about.
At that point, how his behavior has been over the past couple of weeks, nothing happens, and the liaison detains him. And since there's no evidence, obviously, to show it, he said, she said, I get it. There's multiple accounts of this man doing this, him coming and threatening people in their faces. Then he ends up getting violent in the middle of the street and follows people. At that point, he initiates everything. He walked right up to us, started threatening us, tried to leave. He stopped us from leaving. He stopped us from going to our car. And then he did the same thing 2 weeks ago in front of at 146 in Burnside, where those Trinidad members got shot. It's aggravation at that point. And so anything he does that's threatening violence and he's there to cause it, he's aggravating everything because he now has charges against him. And we can't file a restraining order until Tuesday. So police officers say we have all right to defend ourselves if he gets violent. It's awesome to have a police presence because he won't do that kind of crap when they're here. But our mayor needs to go. Keith Wilson needs to go. The police chief needs to allow these people to do their jobs. Their hands are tied. Plus, their police force is like very small. You want to become a police officer and you're honest and you want to make a change in people's lives, like a lot of these people do, and next to a lot of these officers right now that actually have made a lot of change in people's lives. I can't tell you how many officers I've prayed with, and that's facts. Keith Wilson does absolutely nothing, and that's where we need to make a change. Is when it comes time for him to not be in office anymore, we have the ability to put somebody else in there who's actually going to do something for this community and do something for the city. Because the mayor before him, and then the governor, and then the governor before her, the housing situation, the job situation, look at the economy. Ever since 1987, it's been garbage, you know, and it's all because of these blue cities, these major blue cities. Portland, Eugene, Bend. There's going to be a big change within government. People are giving the power back. So,
good job, Geyer. What's this about?
ICE? No. Where you go?
I guess they're going after people that they force them to say F ICE or something like that.
What? Huh? Are you ICE? No. Do you like ICE? Say F ICE! Say it! Say it, bitch! You're a bitch! Your mom's a bitch! Say it! F you! F you, Nazi! F you, Nazi! F you, Nazi! Where you going?
Something about parenting. I want to talk about parenting. Look at yourself. So you go to a protest.
You were confused about it during World War II. You're confused about it now.
There you go. There's more of that church stuff.
All these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're living real life, nice lives with your lattes, doing absolutely nothing for your Latino and Somali brothers and sisters. You come here to a man wearing a suit. Is a preacher? Did Jesus wear a suit? Did Jesus profit off the words? No, Jesus would dine with immigrants. Do not touch me. Touch me again and see what happens.
Hey, you can't.
You are a fake Christian. Why are you not standing with your Somali and Latino communities? Why do I not see you out at Whipple every day protesting this attack on humanity? Where are you? You're sinners. You're pretending to be Christians. But we know you live an easy life, don't you? A very easy life while people are starving. Shame. Out now. Out now. Living real comfortable while the people starve. Living real comfortable while children are dragged into concentration camps. You're all living real comfortable, aren't you? Shame on you. Do something. Stand with the Somalis. Stand with the Latinos. Quit ignoring this injustice. He wears a suit and tie and he hangs out with Kristi Noem. How is that a Christian? You're supposed to accept all immigrants, are you not? Why are you not going down to Whipple and joining us in protest against this inhumanity? You claim to be a Christian, act like one.
Pretty bad, JT. There's kind of crazy people out there, I know. And it's all about his hat. Yeah, I don't think he really cares about the people out there. If he cared about the people out there, I'm sure he'd sort of have somebody living in his house right now or something like that if he has a house. But no, it's all about all about whatever's on his hat. Hey, what's going on? Nice to see you people hanging in here. I know you guys are probably watching other stuff out there. I see BCP doing some stuff out there in Minnesota. Not a whole lot else going on, so I figured see what's going on here. I might have already saw this version.
And if you remember, this is the beginning of what's going to happen here. When you violate people's due process, when you pull people off the street, you start dragging them and hurting them and not abiding by the Constitution, when you start doing all of that, people get upset and angry. And if you remember what the Civil Rights Movement was about, the Civil Rights Movement was about these very kinds of protests. There's nothing in the Constitution that tells you what time you can protest. You can protest at any time. That's the whole point of it, is to disrupt, to make uncomfortable. And that's what they're doing. And that's what I believe when I say everyone has to be willing to sacrifice something. You have to make people uncomfortable in these times. If you see how uncomfortable people uncomfortably, this is the beginning.
Yep. Stirring up the crap. Portland homeless situation here.
Clearing out the area, completely congested with like drug users, illegal markets, there's about 200 people here. So the police come here every couple hours and just kind of move people along, not really arrest, but just kind of, try to maintain some kind of order. But it's actually really wild here. I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I see at least 20 people right now just smoking fentanyl, kind of right in front of the cops. But they're walking through, they're going to move people out. This is kind of a very typical whack-a-mole, especially in Seattle. Because the fact is, what are you supposed to do with these people? I mean, there's so many of them, and there's so many people in the middle of their addiction, severely mentally ill. They're not really open to receiving help. So all they really understand is just move along, and that's what they do. They move along. They probably do it 10 times a day. A lot of the people actually sleep within a block of here, oftentimes in these alleyways all over. I came here early this morning. There was 30 people sleeping along this like sidewalk. Well, no, not this sidewalk. Sorry, that's the one that's locked. The one right over here near the H Mart. So this is just the street scenes of Seattle.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Crime. BCP was out there, and they even put up a barrier. Evidently, at least I'm looking at BJ on the scene right now. I don't see the barrier that was, a metal barrier between protesters and the cop vehicles. And then on the other side of the cop vehicles was the parking lot. I'm sure they get a lot of people sending him stuff there. It looks like they got all sorts of stuff on that little. Wow. I'll show it to you in a little bit, I guess, if BG's still out there. But yeah, there's still 100 people out there. Craziness. It's good enough. Yeah, Seattle's worse than Portland, I think, of this homeless. Pro-ICE Americans are now taken to the streets. I'm not sure where this was, but I like this.
We want justice. We want peace. We want ICE on the streets.
Hey, Snugs, how you doing? How's your Sunday going?
We want justice. We want peace.
We want ICE on our streets.
On our streets.
We want.
Yeah, use their words against them. But yeah, my question is, how long can the county afford to throw 5 to 10 vehicles and just park them right there on the road for things like that? While they do that, guess what happens to the rest of the county? Crime. Well, he was on. Did he go back on again? I looking at BJ on the scene right now, but BCP was on, but he went off a second ago. I don't see him on YouTube right now anyway. I'm keeping an eye on it. If he goes back on, I might pop in on there, but I like to get my news stuff done. I know it's boring for everybody to see what happened or what you might have missed. They must love paying their taxes. Oh, exactly. Yeah. They pay their property tax to the county and state, usually where a lot of property tax typically goes, and all those property taxes are going to keeping them away from doing what they want to do. Left-wing activists disrupt church service in St. Paul and Minneapolis, forcing interruptions during worship. Some videos from some guy named Chad.
See what's happening. Okay.
Wait, is this Dawn?
Protests surrounded the church on the inside. They have found out that one of the pastors here in the city, in the area.
From what I understand, is Don Lemon shared this information that the pastor was pro-ICE, or maybe he had lunch with Kristi Noem or something like that, and then automatically the person's a bad person. How do they know that pastor wasn't trying to convince Kristi Noem to get ICE out of Minneapolis? I've already watched 2 other angles about this. It must be Don Lemon's angle if that's Don Lemon behind the camera. I could sort of imagine if you go to the church during pastor's hours to talk to him, since he's the one that you're mad at. You go during sanctuary hours like this. That opens up the door, sort of if, say, a Christian group finds out that some guy that runs a mosque or something like that advocated for doing bad things to Trump or something like that, maybe they would feel like they would be inclined that they shouldn't, but they should feel like they should go and incline during mosque services during that time where he was doing his mosque stuff, you know. I don't advocate for that, but I don't advocate for this either, obviously.
Oh no.
Oh, low bit rate. Yes, you just went into a cement structure that's 100 years old, probably. What do you think you're going to do there? Next time, check and see if they have Wi-Fi before you go in. And if they do have guest Wi-Fi, you connect onto the guest Wi-Fi outside of the building and then go in the building, and that way you have the Wi-Fi. Okay? Simple streamer thing to learn there. There's that guy in the black hat that was saying a whole bunch of nasty stuff earlier, and he has a nasty shirt on too. There's like 30 or 40-year-old women out there doing this stuff too. What is wrong with people? As the people there are kind of putting their hands up in prayer, praying for these people to kind of not be so angry about life and things like that, to, you know, let people be people. Was that the name of it here? Oh, I mean, the people coming and yelling and screaming at them are Judas-like and things like that. They don't understand what they're doing. Acting like it's a hands up, don't shoot situation. Are you kidding me? I'm not sure what church it is. It looks like some sort of pretty conservative type church, I would guess, you know, based on the way people were dressed and they're doing there. I don't know if it's a Orthodox church or something like that, but
so the protesters are confronting church members and leaders. They have stopped the service. A lot of people, a number of people have left. There are some who are still sitting.
No. The ones that typically have two hands up, like the lady in front of you here, but they're doing this hands up, don't shoot victim mentality. The ones that are there, you know, they're nicely dressed church people, have one hand up and everything. That's kind of, they're kind of saying, pray for these people, please, Lord, help them, their souls to have a soul. I don't know.
Here.
Are you okay with the injustice that's happening within your city? We pray for justice. Are you okay? So you're not okay?
I'm just here. I'm just here photographing.
Yeah, he's not there. He's just there as a journalist, right, guys? This is what I don't like there, when journalists become activists and things like that. When you go there, and part of the reason you're there is because you incited something, you knew about bad behavior, and you're sort of becoming part of that bad behavior at this point there. That's not journalism anymore, you know. If you're there from the outside or something like that, the church and everything, you respect the church people, you stand outside, and if somebody comes outside to talk, then you become a journalist. Here you're an activist.
Are you okay?
I'm not part of the group. I'm just here photographing. I'm a journalist.
No, just trespass him right there. Say, the pastor wants you trespass, just like the rest of these people. Will you honor that us trespassing you, or do you want the police to trespass you? That's what I would sort of said if I was the church at that point there.
Excuse me, sir. Can I get right here? Thank you. I'm sorry. So you can see the protesters here have gathered over here. They're in the middle of the church. So in the beginning of the church service, the pastor was speaking, and Nikema stood up and said her piece, and then the protesters surrounded her. But this is a clandestine mission. I think they found out one of, according to them, this is according to Operation Pull Up, that one of the pastors here is a member of ICE. And so here we go.
You talk to lead pastor.
Yeah. Okay. And so the pastor is over there. And so they're screaming Renee Good.
Pathetic behavior.
They are strategizing. I don't want to get too much of their information in there, but again, you see people from all walks. Yeah. So, yeah. How are you? Just without giving away what the operation is. Why are you out here?
Without giving away the unethical behavior you just did and invaded a church service. Yeah, we wouldn't want to give away what organization that just did something like that. You know, let's hide your face, put yourself behind a mask, and don't say what organization just did one of the most reprehensible things you could possibly do.
Here to support our community activists. I'm currently a candidate for Minnesota State Senate District 65. I feel like it's important that if you're going to be representing people in office, that you are out here with the people as well. Yeah.
What community?
You're out there with the. Are you still at the church or is something else? As serving the community by attacking a part of the community, help it.
Looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Ice out!
Ice out!
Ice out!
Ice out!
When I say ice out, I want y'all to say of Minnesota, because I want them to be very clear what we want.
Yeah,
let's walk around.
Oh!
Minnesota!
Ice out!
Minnesota! Soda!
Ice out!
Minnesota!
Ice out!
Minnesota!
Ice out!
Minnesota!
Ice out!
Minnesota!
Ice out!
How is that helping anybody out there? Yes, it's getting you fired up and emotional, but are you saying any facts? Or you have any action plan here? Oh my goodness gracious, these people.
Minnesota!
Ice out!
Communists were good at this kind of stuff back in the day, and so was the mustache man, kind of saying, repeat these words, get them into your head, make you feel angry, angry, angry. If you keep saying these words, you'll stop sort of using your ability, critical thinking skills to think about why you're saying these words. And these repeated words over and over again will get so sunk into your psyche that you won't be able to listen to anybody giving you information from the other side. And I'm trying to make it sound like it's a good song that I'm repeating, but it's not quite working in the way that I'm trying to say it. You get the point.
Minnesota!
Ice out!
Minnesota!
Ice out! Renee Good!
Justice for Renee Good!
Justice for Renee!
What is justice? You know, the civil rights movement, justice was having the right to vote, living where you want to live, citizens, you know, not having to go to separate bathrooms and things like that, which is kind of interesting there. But anyway.
Renee Good!
This was the person that evidently picked up Jake Lang, a trans individual or something like that, trans person, I guess. But they're sort of apologizing for doing it. or something like that. I'm not sure. Have you guys seen this one here? I think I'll fast forward through this.
Okay, hopefully this works and it like doesn't cut up again. So, my name is Day. This is my friend Leah. This feels so weird to do this really fast.
Not be ugly.
Yeah, so let me give y'all the rundown on what just happened to us in case we do go like viral or whatever the case is. We were driving, we're on our way to Tom's Watch Bar, right? We want to have some cocktails, little girl day, whatever. We see this crowd of protesters.
Not a girl day, but go on.
Outside of a hotel. And obviously, we are anti-ICE. Like, what the fuck is what? All this shit that's going on is such bullshit. I'm low-key scared for our country, and it sucks that it's starting in Minnesota, but like, I do not support that. They're bullying. They are bad people. They're ripping apart families. Don't fuck with it. This guy, still don't even know his full name. Jake is all I know. And apparently,
He's a horrible freaking person.
The horrible people that apparently, I'm sure a lot of you guys do know about, but I had never heard of him. We see him run up to our car, and he's like, "Can I please get in? Can I please get in? Like, they hurt me so bad." Da 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 da. That's all the context we have. So in our head, it's like, oh my god, like, was he just attacked by ICE? Like,
We thought ICE was after him, so we're like, okay, whatever, like hop in the freaking car real quick. And then all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of people coming here and storming us and like beating up the car, ruining the car, pulling this dude out. Like, what is
like
going on?
surrounding the car from every single angle. And yeah, we had no idea what we was getting ourselves into. It's just like we saw an injured man, so like obviously we're gonna help because we're not bad people. And I don't know him. And so yeah, anyways, he gets in our car, like yeah, surrounded us. They broke a tail light, was banging on the car, whatnot. They tried to rip him out the door, like they was like opening the door and shit. Wild. And so we do drive because like we're not gonna like literally the longer we sat there, the longer he fought them off, and the more damage was happening to Leah's car. So we had to leave with him in the car. Like there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Don't fuck with him.
I was
Also,
leaving.
yeah, but also when we can't just like like what else are we supposed to do? He's not gonna like let us kick him out the car. He's not gonna get out. So like that was our only option at that point.
So we literally just go around the block and I'm like, you know what, like you need to get out.
Yeah, we're still
like
in
what is going on? Like whose side are you on right now? Because like this is not okay. And I'm just getting super weird bad vibe from this dude. And he's just like, oh, Trump something me. I gotta own back. And I'm just like,
yeah,
I don't care what Trump did for you. Like ICE is fucking shit. Like who are you? Like who are you? And then I find out who he is. I'm like, I don't care if your Uber's here. You're not gonna wait in my fucking car. You need to get out right now.
As fuck. Like we was not
right now. Like this is not okay. I do not support you. Like speak your mind, whatever. But like I do not support what this is all about. Like this is not okay. Like you need to leave and you need to give me your contact information because you're paying for this fucking shit. Like you're annoying. Like
why is he paying for it? Usually, a person who pays for something are the people that do stuff to the car.
I actually don't like you.
No, literally. So fuck, it was like the most wild. Like holy shit. Like they just took like a 180 so fast.
Do you understand? Why would he do? You obviously didn't see him do anything to your car, but you're supporting the protesters that did.
It's like
I'm supporting protesters. All of a sudden, we're a part of it.
Is it going too fast for you? Some of it I just don't want to look at so much, so that's why I'm kind of going fast through this.
Like, camera's all up in the face. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Just like
so, anyways, if you happen to see our faces,
yeah, and they understand that leftist ideology. Anybody who helps a right winger or anything like that becomes a right winger. So they're sort of doing this like they don't want to be considered right wingers, even though the person on the right part of your screen could not. Anyway.
Is that all? Because I literally, it felt like paparazzi was everywhere fucking snapping pics. If you happen to see us, please know that we do not support this man whatsoever.
ICE needs to leave literally the whole country. I don't care about whatever they have going on. It's all a vendetta and they just need to fucking leave. Like it's just not okay. And people all have rights and nobody should be ripped away from their home. I don't care what is going on. People should not be treated like this. Like
Jake Lang lives in Minnesota, I'm pretty sure. No, I don't agree with him. But he's literally being ripped away from his home. By not just 4 or 5 federal agents, by about 100 people. He was being ripped from where he was to somewhere else and attacked and had things thrown at him. If you believe what you believe, then you should have driven him a little bit further before dropping him off.
We're protesting for things that are good, and there's all these people just putting up such a fight for what? Because we want equality and we want peace and we want to feel safe where we're at. Like, is that too much to ask? Obviously it is, because every day we're getting thousands of new people come here, and just causing so much destruction, so much just like unrestfulness, or I don't know, but it's just not okay. And I was not expecting that to happen. We thought we were helping someone who was protesting again.
Okay, Free Wheelie, you're Gen X or a Boomer. Okay, if you remember that show, you're a Gen X or a Boomer. Probably Gen X. I'll give you probably Gen X, but you're probably not a Boomer. If you remember that show there, Tom Hanks and the other guy.
ICE, and that didn't turn out to be the case, and now we're here.
And now we're
and
here.
It's someone who literally is so
Good. That's since I remember. Yes, I'm Gen X.
prevalent or something. What?
Where was his limo? If everyone knows him, he travels the country, where's your you ain't got people with you? Why was he literally by himself? What? I don't even.
Stupid.
What is the thought process there?
Because he's stupid and he likes attention and he thinks it's cool.
That's fuck. He's so lucky we stopped him.
I'm guessing. I think the description says it or whatever. The person on the right side of your screen was a male. YouTube I'm talking to was born biologically male. The person on the left, I believe, is born and is female, but not a lot of brains upstairs or anything like that. But
He's so lucky we did not know who he was because I'm sorry, but like you're for the streets. We're letting the wolves have you next time.
We'll look from in here and watch you get beat up and then go along our way and not be a part of this.
Yes, like what? And yeah, I'm sorry this video's so long, but we had to like put that out there for sure because like I'm not trying to get caught up in no fucking like I mean we did already get caught up, but like I don't want no opinions made. I want to set this straight before shit goes to public.
Did I get a raid? I get 2 or 3 Panelverse people in here. I feel like I got raided by some Panelverse person or something like that, but thank you guys.
Yeah, that's the deal. That's the rundown.
We're gonna give you guys his name, his number, his contact information. Go flood him up.
We literally have
like, who are you?
We'll wait until after he pays for the car.
Tell me why he should. Give a reason why someone who didn't do anything to your car besides sit in the back seat should do anything to help you. He's under no legal obligation to do such a thing. If you have a dash cam around your car somewhere, you could likely find out, or a backwards cam, you could find out who did it. You understand basics law? Obviously don't, since you're completely against ICE.
And then we'll give you guys the info because yeah, this shit's fucked. This shit is fucked. Okay, I'm ready for a cocktail. Yeah. Okay.
Have a good day.
Yeah. Bye, guys. Next time.
Bunch of weirdo people out there. Let's see what else is going on. Thanks, guys, for watching. There's a few people watching right now. We'll see if there's any craziness going on in the Minnesota or other places right now. But right now, I don't see a whole lot going on out there. As BG on the scene is still alive in Minnesota. Just people going in and out of the ICE building. Protesters acting civil, standing on the sidewalk, partly because the sidewalk is cleared off. Oh, and because they're behind a metal barrier and everything, and they know if they cross that metal barrier, the county people will get on their case, and all of their flags are surrender flags. And they've got a lot of trash around. Oh, they actually put a trash can nearby. What a concept. Anyway, I'll show it to you later if you want to, but just same old stuff in Minnesota. Seattle police here. Just in, Seattle police officers respond to possible. That's the other thing that happened today. Now, leftists, at least in Seattle, are calling for abduction calls. They're saying somebody's abducting somebody. I see it. Can you guys come and help? Even though they can sort of tell that they're ICE agents. They got lights in their cars. They've got patches all over around them and everything. But they're saying that abduction calls. Probably not saying. What do the people look like? You know, like, oh, they're just big white men or something like that. Even though half of ICE is Hispanic.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, you see the patches on the thing right there. You saw the SRT or Homeland Security Services, whatever, you know, they all have their acronyms.
Bro, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, patches on their arm sleeve, on both arm sleeves. Pretty obvious that they're agents. Lights all on their vehicles there. 3 vehicles with lights.
Oh my gosh.
Local police go to see what's going on after they get called for no reason, I'm guessing. Are you guys federal agents? Okay, I see some ID that shows me that you're a federal agent. Upholding your duty. Yeah, we just got a call about people abducting someone, even though we see that you're not actually abducting people. Or that's the other. That's probably the person who called over there. Oh, And the police took the person's picture so they know who made HSS, yes. So that way, because it's a federal law to knowingly call 911, knowing that it's a federal agent carrying out their duty. So it's a misdemeanor, but that person may be arrested by the end of the day if Seattle did their job, that is. Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. Well, the 3 Panelverse people out there so far. If you guys want to know the Panelverse, follow guys like Abe Dinkus there and Count Emmett there, and Scott's a good moderator in the Panelverse and on the channel here. Any other Panelverse people in the chat by chance? That's all I see right now. But if you guys want to learn about debating things like that, and what I would suggest, you are to a panel type. I'm not saying you make panels or anything like that, but anyway, you're in that area. Yes, you identify as Panelverse people. I know you do. Don't try to get out of it. Just because you don't like how other people identified doesn't mean you can't identify as a Panelverse person, which you are. But yeah, I wish some of those Panelverse people would kind of. The other guy that was in Minnesota last night that was surrounded by leftist activists asking him questions left and right. He didn't have a whole lot of facts at the top of his head that would have kind of helped kind of push back on some of the stuff they had, but need more people that are out in the street to have a little bit more of this sort of Panelverse brainiac stuff, going on in their head so they can sort of push back against the crazy leftists out there that are college educated, like the girl at Portland last night. Everett's about 50 miles, 80 miles north of Seattle. What's the difference between debate sphere and panel sphere? Panelverse. Is there? I didn't know there was. You need to come up with a for your next show, Abe. Come up with a solid definition saying debate sphere is this kind of stuff. Panelverse is this kind of stuff. And what's that line in the middle? What separates the two there? You grew up in this area, Everett? Yeah. There's a ferry at Everett, isn't there, that goes like toward Whidbey Island or something like that? I think I remember one time going in that ballpark over there. Maybe it's further south at Everett. There's also a nice casino up in that area too. Not that I went there. The Minnesota National Guard said Saturday that they are on standby amid escalating anti-ICE protests in Minneapolis and revealed a distinctive item that they will wear to separate themselves apart if deployed. I wonder what that part was. Is it a rainbow scarf or something like that? Panelverse. Hey, Scott, you don't know the power of the Panelverse. I don't have quite the. I don't say quite like she did, but close enough though. They're not more camouflage than ICE agents. That's about the only thing I see different in what they're wearing. Where are these new uniforms? With the brown hats, these guys were got black hat things. You're not telling me what they're wearing that's different. Of course, I wasn't reading the screen either. Get the F out of Minnesota. They're looking for a reason, and you don't need to be a martyr. Don't be dumb. Let them, whatever. Let's see what this leftist thing is about here.
Okay. Okay, get up. Get your ass up. You good? Okay. That's all they ask you. That's all they ask you. He's one of us. Okay. He's one of us. Okay, good. You all right, dude? You all right? He's one of us.
Attack their own. Of course, that's what they do. If he's got a little bit of camo on his coat, so you must automatically assume he's a radical right winger or something like that. That must be why they went after him. Or he's a white guy with a beard. He must be a right winger.
How we know?
I was with him earlier.
Why you get ran out earlier?
I don't know. He's one of us. I'm with them. Trust me.
You want some people on there?
He's been with us the whole time.
You touch us,
You all right, man?
Hey, move back! Move back! All right. Move back right now!
Back up. Yeah, save your Nazi. Put him in your Nazi van. Go get him some help.
After the leftist just said he was on your side. You guys are so confused.
He needs a little bit of fucking mental health there. Don't he?
He landed on his back and was surrounded by a bunch of crazy people.
Nobody got guns. Hey, you gonna look me in the eye when you spray me?
Oh, hands up, don't shoot.
You gonna look me in the eye when you spray me?
What a bunch of weak people. Follow Katie Davis court there. She's doing a good job out there too. Short video. ICE surges the Seattle Metro, captures a criminal illegal alien who attempted to escape on foot. Oh, this is the same thing we just watched. Todd Bessent, what's he talking about Greenland here for here?
Presidents have wanted to acquire Greenland, and what we can see is that Greenland is essential to the U.S. national security. We're building the Golden Dome, the missile system, and look, President Trump is being strategic. He's looking beyond this year. He's looking beyond next year to what could happen for.
Yeah, very rarely do you see any right wingers do anything crazy like the leftists out there. It's just, great, like you say, J6. But what other major crazy thing has happened since then that could be blamed on a real MAGA person, if you will?
A battle in the Arctic. We are not going to outsource our national security. We are not going to outsource our hemispheric security to other countries. In Trump 1.0, President Trump told the Europeans, do not build Nord Stream 2. Do not rely on Russian oil. And guess what, Kristen? Guess what is funding Russia's efforts against Ukraine? European purchases of Russian oil. So America, has to be in control here. If we look for years,
Europe are idiots. ICE agent spotted cuffing an illegal alien in Compton, California. Likely taking jobs away from Black Americans, right?
Te estoy metiendo a un lugar aquí donde se predica la palabra de Dios, ¿ok? ¿Qué les pasa?
No, they can't, Dees. No, they can't. They like to very touchy-feely with their hands in multiple ways. Sometimes in violent ways, sometimes in inappropriate other ways.
What a discrimination you guys are to this country, man.
Oh.
Discrimination.
Hold on. Here's the same guy we were watching here. BG on the scene here. Same guy that was yelling and screaming in the church.
See an ICE agent run up and put a pistol in that woman's face, that soccer mom, right in her face, just like Renee Good, same fucking angle. So I automatically, no, I surrender peacefully. I get out of the vehicle. They put me onto the ground, drop me onto the ground, put my face in the pavement in ice, and then put a knee on the back of my neck, just like George Floyd. That's where we're at. And then they drag me into their little fucking Gestapo fucking agency over here, put me in a cell with 5 other U.S. citizens who did crimes like blowing a whistle at an ICE agent. And we were in that cell with someone who had been OC sprayed. So the whole time we're choking on the OC, fumes, waiting to find out what's going to happen. We hadn't been told what we're charged with. They never read us our rights. And, I ended up being the first one released for some reason. And they brought me over and charged me with obstructing access to a federal building, saying that they have it on video, when you know what I do, it's on video constantly. Like, I had a German news production following me for a documentary. Like,
oh, this is one of Pam Tifa's friends. No, it's okay.
it's clear I was not blocking vehicles. So I plan on fighting this in court and suing for wrongful arrest. But also what's terrifying is the people they're not arresting, that they're just detaining, U.S. citizens, they're taking their phones. They're saying they can hold the phones up for up to 8 months. That is fucking treason. That is not freedom of speech. That is not, where are our rights? We need to stand up now, everyone. We need to get loud.
Let me check the Constitution. Where in the Constitution does it say you have the right to have a phone? Not there. No right to have a phone there. No right to have a phone. No. I don't see that as a right, especially if you break the law. Do you have a right to have a phone? No. Oh, precedents here. I see the precedent. One phone call after arrest. Yeah, I see that precedent there. One phone call. Does that say something about your right to have a phone, you idiot?
Now, get off your fucking couches. All power to the people.
Awesome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. Minneapolis, Minnesota know how to fucking resist.
What a moron. You sure don't know how to use their brains, I'll tell you that. Let's finish off this other video.
Excuse me, hey. Hey. Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes,
don't
sir.
be speaking to my parents. Don't be speaking to
Who are your parents?
Keep in mind, you don't want to give immigration people any more information about who people are that you think might not be there legally or illegally. If they're going after one person, don't give them a reason to go after other people. You understand this simple concept. If you don't want other people to be taken in that might not live here legally, don't provide details. Pretty simple. Tommy Laren's smart, but that was almost 2 hours ago. Oh, here's their commercial here, guys. The real boss is what they call this little commercial thing here. His eyes. It's good, guys. Yeah. No problem, Scott. No problem. Oh, and Scott, you better know the power of the panelers. The dog's gonna get you. Or the tomato's gonna get you. One or the other. Probably the dog will get you, maybe more than the tomato. ICE protesters have stormed it. Oh, we already saw that video. Yeah. Let's go 12 seconds. Apple's protesters sing and rally for free defendants accused in a massive taxpayer fraud case.
This is for our neighbors who are locked inside. Together we will abolish ICE.
you understand they're in there because they committed fraud and stole your tax dollars, not because they're illegal aliens necessarily, although if it's near in a federal area, I'm sure they'll find out their immigration status, but they're there because it stole your money and used it illegally. Fraud. They understand what fraud is, right? Hopefully they do. Welcome back. Welcome back. Scott here. Okay. I know you like to show off to the women or something like that, but a quick minute, that's you gotta take your time. Take your time, okay? Be nice to women and things like that. Spend more time with them. I did not mean anything sexual by that.
We're here to We're here to arrest a child sex offender. And you guys are out here honking.
No, we're pressed. We're not.
That vehicle right there is honking and impeding our investigations while we're trying to arrest a child sex offender. That's who you guys are protecting. Insane. That's what we're doing. My word's not for you. My word is not for you. I don't have to do
The power of the anvil. You got to come up with a better name if you're going to the Bill verse or something like that. The Billster verse or something like that. Maybe, I don't know.
It's insane how you can be honking. So you're reporting. We're here to arrest a child.
And they just want to impede on that stuff. Could you imagine?
Anarchists, these rioters, anarchists, and I'm calling them anarchists now. These anarchists, these rioters, these bad people that wish to harm law enforcement are now harming American citizens. Those vehicles you mentioned that were vandalized, they've also, we've received reports, vandalized indiscriminately many vehicles in those hotel parking lots. They don't care if it's government vehicles and then they happen to get
Bill Tifa, but he's next door.
several vehicles of American citizens, innocent civilians, they don't care. And we're seeing that now. We're hearing reports from the police that that's happening, throwing nails out in parking lots where our government vehicles are not even located. They don't care. So these anarchists truly do not, they truly do not go towards federal law enforcement only. If you get wrapped up in this and you're mom and pop American, you get wrapped up and they even think you're law enforcement, then you're getting it also. And that's a big problem. I think that should probably wake some people up as to the depth and the scope of these anarchists.
Well said, Bovino. Well said. What's going on in Iran? This lady knows a lot about the Iranian stuff.
Not just that you're misguided, it's not just that you're confused, it isn't even that you're insulting. By undermining Iranian agency in implying that they are too savage to rise up against a theocratic dictatorship that is systematically murdering them and their children without being nudged into action by the big bad West. That's fine. We can take your insults. No problem. We'll prove you wrong anyway. That's not the issue. It is the lives that you are putting at risk. By repeating this regime propaganda, you are sanctifying the murder of Iranians. And I'm going to explain to you how. When this regime mass murders, when it hangs them from cranes, what do you think their reasoning is? Do you think that they say, oh, they were protesting for freedom, that's why we had to kill them? No. What they say is that they were what? Zionist spies, Mossad affiliated, CIA backed. So that narrative that you're spewing all over the internet, that is the very same narrative, the very same propaganda that the regime uses to mass murder Iranians. You're showing to the Islamic regime that it can get away with murdering them, and you'll believe that they were killed because they were spies. You are sanctifying their murder. You are collaborating. with the regime to kill them. So no, you're not just wrong. You're not just ignorant. You're not just misguided. I wish the worst thing we could say about you is that you are insulting. It is your legitimization of the murder of young Iranians, children, teenagers. That is the problem. You don't get to go around repeating state propaganda anymore. The buck stops here.
Well said. Well said.
I'm an Iranian.
When the left is more in favor of Iran than anything else. Look at Scott Jennings' reaction to this. I haven't even watched this video. I just saw the first few seconds. Look at his reaction.
You make jokes about people in prison in El Salvador. I mean, these things they speak to the heart of Americans and what we see people are going through. It's not a political stand.
YouTube, the music in the background is overlapping. It's not CNN's music, just FYI.
Point to me. We try to see the humanity in people, and it doesn't seem like people on the right side are capable of that. This is what people voted for. We knew very well who Trump was during the first term, where he had the family separation policy, where he was putting children in cages. People voted for that again and again. I'm done pretending that there are people out there who will see this and be outraged by it. The polling numbers just show that's not true. People will say they don't like it, but they showed up to the voting booth and voted for him again and again. Of the nearly 70,000 people in ICE custody right now, less than, I believe, 10% have criminal convictions. I mean, the data shows time and again that this is an unfair, inhumane policy. And so, no, Abby, I don't think this is going to make a difference.
Respond to what?
What she just said.
Look, I'm not going to respond to ad hominem attacks on 70 million Americans who decided to vote Republican in the November 2024 election. I don't think it's right. You come out here, you call people liars, you call anybody who votes Republican, you say they don't have a moral compass. I mean, I
didn't say anybody who votes Republican. I said the people who voted for Donald Trump.
Okay,
they
he's a
cannot
Republican,
be surprised.
and he won in November with Republicans who voted for him. So don't back away from.
I'm not backing away. I don't think they have a moral compass.
That's how you feel, but I'm not.
You don't ever have to worry about me backing away.
Did he interrupt her? Did he interrupt her?
I don't feel like I have to respond to these attacks. In fact, I think you ought to ask her if she really believes 70 million people lack a moral compass.
I believe people who saw what Trump did and voted for him lack a moral compass.
Is
ridiculous.
Volevo dirvi che la previsione.
I thought they were going to have a translation on that one. Basically, she just said the EU is being silly by sending 10 people to Greenland for no reason. You went on national
down after the shooting of Renee Good. You went on national television and you said to ICE, "Get the F out of Minneapolis." Do you regret that language? I mean, that doesn't sound like turning the temperature down.
I don't regret it at all. In the moments before I went out there to do that press conference, I learned that Kristi Noem had already jumped to a conclusion.
You called it a murder, and it wasn't. Who jumped to the conclusion?
As to the ICE agent's conduct, saying that it was purely self-defense. Minutes or hours later, you had her saying that Renee...
Because guess what she might have done, and she might have talked to the person that was there and asked them their opinion of the situation, and the officers around the person see if it was a self-defense situation, and took a conclusion based on the available evidence at the time that it likely was self-defense. Maybe she got to use evidence and not just the video from behind the truck that didn't even see the person that was hit.
Good was a domestic terrorist. If I seemed like I was angry and frustrated, I was. And part of my responsibility as mayor is to channel what the people in our city are feeling.
After the shooting.
Who is? Oh, Cam Higby. He's a live streamer, influencer, debate kind of guy out there. Different things like that. does a lot of stuff. He sometimes goes out to events like in Minnesota right now, where BG is out there walking around a parking lot or something like that. I don't know what he's doing. But anyway, let's see if there's any more news here. I think I'm almost done here. Let's see, Chrissy Gnomes.
The immigrants here illegally stands at 2.2%. According to Pew, Minnesota's population of immigrants here illegally stands at 2.2%. So how do you judge
Much higher in Minneapolis, though, but go ahead.
when you've gotten everyone off the streets that you say is, requiring your federal agents be there? How do you say we've had mission accomplished?
Well, we won't stop until we are sure that all the dangerous people are picked up, brought to justice, and then deported back
You don't
to
have
their
a
home
number
countries.
or a date?
We wouldn't be in this situation. We wouldn't be in this situation if Joe Biden hadn't allowed our open border policies to be in place and allowed up to 20 million people unvetted into this country. We have no idea how many dangerous people are here. When you have millions of people coming in that are terrorists, suspected terrorists, criminals, come from countries in the mass migration that the Biden administration facilitated, I can't tell the people of Minnesota exactly how many dangerous criminals they have. I do know that they're extremely grateful every time we get a pedophile off the street. We arrested an individual this week that was raping children. I think those parents in Minnesota can sleep better at night knowing that that person isn't free.
The normal common sense ones. The other ones are like, oh, come on, but human rights. He was just trying to show that he cared for children or some stupid thing. I think we just saw that one. Saw that.
I mean, this is. I mean, so cool. As in, like, this has got to be the funniest thing I've ever seen. I know, it's like you feel like a zoo. I've never.
If you're not with us, you're against us. If you're not anti-racist, you're racist, right? Same thing 4 years later, guys. 4 years later, it's not racism and BLM this 2026. It's if you're not for open borders and allowing everybody, that even a criminal, illegal alien that committed crimes afterwards, then you're against humanity or something. That's what they're going to try to push. And the low IQ Democrats will fall for it. I must be against humanity if I want to push people to commit crimes in a country they don't have citizenship in. So, yeah.
This is so cool. I mean, this is. I mean, so cool. What? We do custom apps for a whole bunch of companies around Minnesota and the country. Why are you filming us?
Why are you
Because you're filming us. Here.
Why are you filming us? Because you're filming us. It's good for the goose, it's good for the gander.
Do I look like an ice agent?
Yeah, you look like a fucking ice agent.
Holy fucking Christ. This is what's wrong with the guy.
No, it's not. No relationship.
Me too, come on, me too.
Why the fuck would I be saying?
Would you support?
Support what?
If he doesn't say F ICE, then he must be an ICE agent, evidently.
The way you guys are acting? Fuck no.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The way you guys are, I don't support ICE either.
Then why do you care? Then you should say.
I'm just trying to enjoy my lunch.
If you're not with us, then you're against us.
Get out of here!
Imagine that attitude. Imagine right-wingers saying something like that to somebody, if you're not for going after Greenland, then you must be anti-Republican and a bad person. Huh? How much sense does that make? Maybe they don't want to go after Greenland because they don't think it's a security threat and they want to keep their money and their dollars in actual America, which means they're still Republican. even if it's just, oh, I hate this kind of nonsense.
This is so cool.
29 seconds happening now, and this is yesterday in Portland.
3 of those in January alone.
Keep in mind, this is at a federal plaza in front of the federal building, by this and the same people here that call Trump a dictator. If Trump was a dictator and you're doing a protest on federal land, you'd think that the dictator would kick you off the federal property, right?
Their names are Silverio Villegas Gonzalez, Keith Porter Jr., Geraldo Lunas Campos, and Renee Nicole Gunn. Remember their names. And locally here in Portland, we know 2 Venezuelan migrants were showing into
Venezuelan migrants. You know, are you going to tell us anything more about those Venezuelan Trinidad migrants? No, you're not going to say anything else. Saw that one. Oh yeah, the new Chaz Chop Zone is not even a block long and just kind of down the middle of 2 of these parks.
Is that like a threat?
This is right where the Elk used to be in Portland. Basically, I wish whoever recorded this got a better recording of it, but it's kind of right, it's kind of a side street, kind of between the 2 parks there. But right where the Elk used to be, they're trying to make it a sanctuary zone, and they're actually trying to get an actual permit for it.
What is this? Respect the flame? Permanent vigil? Justice? It's a vigil for Renee.
That was like a sign?
I don't know. Permanent vigil, justice for Renee. So this is where the Elk used to be.
Well, you did actually a good job. Yep. Good job, guy, or good job. I'm not going to watch Swalwell anymore. Last one. What was this one here? Justin, DHS agents are now clashing with anti-ICE. This is yesterday. Why is our National Guard not out there? And Cam Higby gets Mercado on his case because he says Insurrection Act now after he sees this kind of behavior constantly. Wildness out there. Anyway, I think, see if there's any late breaking news. I'm still keeping an eye on Minnesota, but right now, federal agents or federal people are heading out of the parking lot unimpeded. County cops are kind of allowing them to go through, and 50 or so protesters are yelling and screaming or looking on, but not doing anything because they're behind a metal barrier. Anyway, see if there's anything else here. Do a quick refresh here. 9 minutes ago or 28 minutes ago in Cam Higby's case here.
Hey, get, what did she just do? She fucking...
Oh, is that Nick Sorter or is that?
Oh, shit. Okay, it's okay.
She took next camera. She just stole next camera.
You're on a sidewalk. What is wrong? What the heck?
Let's get her. No, give him the camera. Just tell her to give him the camera back. What happened, Nick?
They just stole my camera.
Right out of your hand while you're in the car?
That's what the fuck you wanted, right? That's the fuck you wanted, right? That's what you did. Man, listen, motherfucker, you gotta get the fuck out of here. You fucking coward. Where the fuck are you, a coward, bitch? You have to leave. You fucking coward. You motherfucker, get the fuck out of here. Bitch. You fucking coward. You a fucking coward, motherfucker.
What?
Motherfucker, you trying to incite that shit. Nobody stepped in. Get the fuck up out of here, bro. $1,000 from the bitch. Did you call that? Did anybody call 911? Have Kevin do it. We got it all on video.
We're not Nazis.
Man, you fucking Nazi.
We're not Nazis and we're not racist. I condemn Hitler completely. I'm not racist. I condemn all racism.
Including the
condemn all
stuff that you guys are showing right now.
We were driving through and we got followed. You guys followed us.
They can be on the streets driving.
It doesn't matter. We're allowed to be here. It's the United States of America.
What kind
Why
of?
do we have to leave? What? We're not leaving until we get the camera. You want us to leave? Give us the camera. Call your friend, get the camera back, and we'll leave.
Racism, but yet you're treating him like this. Why? Racism can go both ways.
Angela Rose, I believe, is the voice there. Is there another camera angle on this one here? Let's see. Oh, they got a license plate. And he knows says 28 seconds ago, this is insane. Thank you for documenting the dangerous attack from these extremists and thugs. You keep it cool, even as they lied to try to incite violence against you. Katie Davis Court, another attempted. I don't know about maybe a little bit overkill there. Any other video evidence here? People are good at getting these clips and everything here. Very cool. Very good clippage there. Took the plates off too, did they? Let's see if there's any other clips of that. Wild, yes. I'm gonna repost. I'll just do Cam Higby's repost of that one there, of course. I don't need to quote it. Cam Higby about it was 32 minutes ago. 2 minutes, 3 seconds, same video. RT Media. This is my neighborhood. Man with a rifle stands outside a home in St. Paul after multiple ICE sightings in the area. Really, buddy? Really, you're gonna do that? What's wrong, people? The hotel situation. We know about the hotel situation. Oh, the pastors. Let's go back to this real quick here. When did you? 37 minutes ago.
Public gathering of Christians in worship. What do you think of this? I mean, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship. So, but there were folks who will. I have to take care.
What's the but? There's no but. If people in a mosque were gathering in what they're doing, I would condemn that anybody stopping them at that point there. Why is there a but?
My flock. Okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution in the First Amendment.
Yes. Did you read all of the Constitution? Not just the free speech thing of. How is he getting it schooled this easily on the First Amendment?
To freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest. We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ. I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me though. We're here to worship.
You're getting up in his grill there from your camera angle there.
Jesus, yes. That's why we're here. Yeah. Okay, that's why we're here. Okay. That's what we're about. Don't you think Jesus would be understanding we're about and love these folks? We're about spreading the love of Jesus. But did you try to talk to them as a Christian? No one is willing to talk. Okay, I have to.
They're yelling and screaming, not being interrupted. You can see that for yourself. You flipping hack.
My church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building. You don't want us to chronicle what happened? Unless you're here to worship. I'm always worship. I'm a Christian. We're here to.
Then you would have been at the church service and not been reporting there.
Worship. We're here to worship. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. What do you think of this? I mean, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to.
Don Lemon, Colin Rugg tries lecturing a pastor on the First Amendment after a mob of far leftists stormed the church in Minneapolis. Pastor says this is unacceptable. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship. You see the rest of the story. What the heck? Yes, repost on that one. Sorry, guys. I'm just getting into this. It's just upsetting me here with some of this nonsense here. I might watch that later. Shirley, only 13 seconds. Don Lemon again. Well, what? I'm gonna watch this later. It's getting me too upset right now, listening to his voice. Maybe watch that some other time. A lot of people are focused on that guy with the pew pew. Angela Rose is out there too. I wonder, does she have any other updated stuff? I think she was out there at that same spot where Cam Higby was. I think that was her voice. Hasn't posted anything there. Two minutes, 3 seconds, same video, next order. Red Kia, they did get the plate, yeah. Somebody said they didn't have a plate. They got a plate right there. Good luck with the state of Minnesota giving you information about that plate, though. Ooh, even ICE is mad about this. Agitators aren't just targeting our officers. Now they're targeting churches, too. They're going from hotel to hotel, church to church, hunting for federal law enforcement who are risking their lives to protect Americans. Tim Waltz and Jacob Frey are responsible for whipping these mobs into a frenzy and then allowing them to run rampant. We won't be deterred. ICE isn't going anywhere. Nicely said. Anyway, that's probably enough for now, guys. Oh, is this Don Lemon? What the heck? BG on the scenes video. I thought you said Don.
And choke on it. He's got rubber bullets. No, God, that's exactly. Where are you going to target with? They go on the road, jaywalking.
Can I see a question from Glenn here? He wants to know, why are you supporting the last revolution rights and I can't give it an answer. He did answer that before. All right, hey, guys, we're good.
And I appreciate you guys being here and documenting this misunderstanding on the
He said, I appreciate you guys documenting this, you know, the camera guys, but he pointed to the line. Like, I think he said, focus on the line, document if they break the law or not, is what he's kind of focusing on there.
Why are you supporting them? Why are you supporting them?
Same thing you heard in multiple videos that I just played. If you're not with them, you're against them. So, against these people there. If you're not anti-ICE, then you're pro-ICE, and you deserve the same kind of treatment that these people want to do to ICE, including that guy that had his pew-pew out there. Just, sorry. It was...
They're killing people.
Yep. I'm sorry if I missed something out there. Somebody's having troubles out there. Oh yeah. You betcha. Keep prayers going out for everybody. Thank you guys. Not much going on there, guys and girls. If you guys want to watch more of that kind of stuff, BG on the scene. I put the link in the chat there somewhere. There it is. Anyways, how many people are possibly watching? 20 people. That's probably enough to send a raid somewhere. Where do you guys want to go? To MDG Gaming or Spin City News or somebody like that? Let's see. Well, where we can send you after we play a song here. Mr. Bill's Curbs. Let's go. Just an idea, referring to Antifa, that stuff going into the church and things like that. They're just an idea, they don't have an ideology or a group or anything with them. It's just an idea that makes them want to do things like invade a church, as a group.
Just an idea, they scream in the dark. But ideas don't throw fists to leave their mark. Shadows on corners, they lurk and they plot. Tell me who's free when the truth's forgot. Just an idea, they say, while the streets burn away. Who's the villain in the play? Just an idea, they say. Proud hands tied while whispers grow loud. The flags wave high, but the sky's full of doubt. Tell me who's the cold when the truth's on trial. Tell me who's the fraud with that crooked smile. They spin the wheel of lies, while smoke and fire fill the sky. Just an idea, they say, while the streets burn away. Who's the villain in this play? Just an idea, they say. No names, no trace. The game's been rigged, it's a crooked race. The banners wave, but the meaning's gone. Who's the enemy when the fight feels wrong? Just an idea, they say, while the streets burn away. They say, just an idea, they say, while the streets burn away. Who's the villain in this play? Just an idea, they say.
Stop. All right, guys. We'll see you later. This is MDG Gaming on the screen there. He's got BG on the scene and some other person out there, probably a lefty, doing their thing out there at the place there. Tell MDG Gaming that just a little trim will help. Just a little trim on the beard. Doesn't have to do the whole thing. Just a little trim will probably help him out with the ladies, okay? He doesn't want to shave the whole thing, but just a little trim wouldn't hurt him, I don't think. All right. We'll see you guys later. I'll come back on tonight. I might, I want to do, hopefully I'll be doing a space tonight, 8 o'clock, talking about how to kind of get along better with people on the right and things like that. So I'm not sure if I'll stream that or not, but I hope to do that space tonight if I have a chance on Twitter/X. Thanks guys for hanging out. Hopefully, was it Free Will is having hard times? Pray for that person there. Hope pray for everybody else there. Pray that people can have a church service in Minnesota without being attacked by a bunch of wild leftists and other things like that. We'll see you guys all later, alligators. I appreciate it. Again, tell him to trim the beard after you hit the go now button. When I end the stream, you'll say go now at the top of it. Oh, but he's not there right now, and he won't see the raid if I send you right now. So maybe I should kind of kill a little bit more time before I send you the raid till he gets back in the chair, because right now I'm in his chair. Okay, I don't know. That's kind of weird. I'm in his chair, sort of. You see that? Let me get this guy off the screen here. Am I in his chair? It's MDG Gaming technically that's there, but let me get that banner out of the way too. There, I'm sort of in his chair. I can't position this camera where it's supposed to be, but I'm sort of hanging out in MDG Gaming's chair. Okay, so it's my chair, my curbs. Okay, my curbs, my chair. Okay. Come on, MDG Gaming. Get back in your chair. Get back in your chair. Let's go. Going to send you 10 to 15 people here, but there can be fewer people if you don't get back in your chair. Get in your chair, or I'll play an annoying song for the audience here. Paul's in the house. What's going on? You need to. You want audio? Let's get their audio anyway.
Immigrants are welcome here. Immigrants are welcome here.
Well, the truth of what you're saying illegal immigrants.
Welcome here. Immigrants are welcome here.
That's sometimes it's comfortable to do that. You know, if you're just sitting there and everything. Like, I'm not sure if you can do 8 hours like that, but probably could do 2 hours anyway.
Immigrants are welcome here.
Tell him to get back in his seat here. I can't keep you guys entertained that long here. There's somebody else's stream there.
Can't wait to send all these screenshots of Travis Fed post computer.
Okay, who's that guy sound like? That guy that keeps yelling and screaming? He sounds like a certain leftist. Oh, sit in your chair, MGG. Sit in your chair. There you go. Thank you. Now you're sitting in your chair. Now I can read you over there. You do 6 hours at a time? Wow, that's crazy. Hopefully I got another chair. I just haven't got around to fixing it or whatever. This one here is just not big enough for my big bunch of love in my tummy. You know, I need to lose weight, but you know, the other one says it's for big and tall. This one's not for big and tall. But anyway, I need to not be so big. Anyway, we'll see you guys later. Hang out with MDG. Tell him to trim a little bit of that beard over there a little bit, okay? Doesn't have to do the whole thing. Just a little bit off the bottom and maybe off the sides, in my opinion. If he wants the women, if he doesn't want the women, then keep it. In my opinion, just my opinion. God bless, guys. Have a good one. Ending stream.